There are a few things I would like to talk about. Being educated in the West and moved to Hargeisa. I've been here for the last um, uh, 4 years, I would say, settled. Previously, back and forth to London and Holland. So it's an interesting perspective, different from what we heard, and I think a perspective that might interest a lot of people who want to come back and start businesses or institutions in that respect. I think it cuts across various challenges as well as opportunities that actually locally. So I would like to talk about things in that perspective. Research collaboration, taking our institution as a case. And I would also like to touch on the research process, taking examples of a couple of collaborations that we have at the moment. Collaborative sort of relationships. Accountability, which is an immensely important aspect. Another important factors that come to play, including trust, of authorship. Especially when you are involved in research, these are critical aspects that one needs to bear in mind. As a base, I think we moved, RACO is a research institution that exists for the last 2 years now. So our base is actually an institution with the right qualification and skill set. Ultimately, research and knowledge production are immensely important aspects. But it's also a business, so it has to be run. You're dealing with budgets, you're dealing with administration. But we are not only involved in actually doing the actual academic research, but also in the projects. We also believe that we have value to offer. We are based in Somaliland. We are Somalilanders in that respect. We are very proud of that. And I think locally we have got something to offer. In the context that we work, we've got what they call the USP, a unique selling point in that respect. We are from the community, and I think we have credible insights and unique insights into the community because of our culture and access to our own communities. We believe that we also contribute to research of high quality and credible insights, while also contributing to that knowledge production, which is essential here locally. And for us, academic research equates equality. And we can talk about what equality means, of course, but at least that partnership should be on equal. We don't want to undersell ourselves. But we don't also want to be overconfident and understand where our qualities are and our boundaries are in that respect. So that's a little bit about the sort of where our position is. In terms of the process, I mean, when you are involved in research, you're collaborating with other institutions, other credible institutions, and we have a number of collaborations that we. So at the moment we are working on a few projects. We are working with the Danish Institute for International Studies, but we are also working with the Peace Research Institute Oslo, where we run a few research projects here locally. One of them looks at the diaspora humanitarianism, which is looking at mobilization and dissemination of the contribution that's made by the diaspora, Somali diaspora, here locally, and all the processes that are involved. It's a 5-year project which involves postdocs, which Ahmed Musa is part of, and 3 other research projects, researching PhD students. We're also just about to kick off another research which is looking at aid accountability, which is really it's an immensely important project that looks at how aid is disseminated and managed here locally. That's another 4-year project, which we are also looking forward to working. And we have just actually also signed an agreement with the London School of Economics, where we are also looking at the related projects. All these projects, we act as local partners and local official partners here for these institutions. They come with, of course, with responsibilities and accountability. And these are immensely important aspects. As I was saying, it's not only, but all these aspects are also important. And of course, one has to be responsible for his own actions. You have to take that ownership and accept these responsibilities, as well as the outcome that comes with responsibility. This is an important at the individual level, institutional level, but also at the group consortium level. You have always a project leader in these processes, which is responsible for the managing of the project. And I'm just talking about the practical side of this, because I think we're hearing a lot of the historical perspectives of collaboration, and I just want to get away from that and give you this really sort of local perspective. I think that's my addition. Other important aspects are trust. When you work locally, I mean, trust is really important, and you have to be transparent about your whole process and be fully involved in the project. And it is important to have a shared vision and shared value and expectations about what you're getting involved in, so that you have a clear idea of what the expectations are in that respect. Building a good team and being part of that, being part and parcel of that is equally important. And of course, sharing that recognition and credibility is also part of the process. Of course, conflict comes. It is also part of the process, and you have to learn to deal with that and mitigate that too. In research, we talk, of course, we produce knowledge, which means, of course, you have to determine the authorship of that production, so that knowledge production. Who's going to produce, who's involved. It's a way of also trying to avoid free riders. A lot of people are getting involved in research and don't do anything, and then expect also to be on the page and have their name on the page. That doesn't work. If you want to get involved, you have to be parcel of the whole process and get that recognition. This is really an important part of knowledge production too. How am I doing for time? Yeah? Okay. So for us as an institution, a young institution that is really also growing, it is important that we also expand our network in that respect. So this means that we have to learn to collaborate and learn and what our position is in that respect. As I said at the beginning, we are academics, we are educating in the West, we have PhDs, but that doesn't mean that we also hold a lot on the local production here. I think we have to be open about what production is. We have to collaborate with people and be open about that. And also there is a lot to learn from each other. The fact that we are Somali and speak the Somali language is an advantage, but it doesn't mean that we are the ones who are assigned to do everything that has to do with Somalis. And this is a debate that is also going on about knowledge protection, who's about ownership and who's ought to do what in that respect. So this is a continuous debate in that respect. But my argument is, it is research collaboration. It's a collective effort, and everybody has to contribute. And I think it is that collective that produces the quality. And I'll stop there.